Good morning, Khalid al-Manif.
Good morning.
Sorry about late, but it's something went wrong with the internet. I don't know what happened. For 9 minutes, working, trying to find way out. Khalid Satam, good morning.
السلام عليكم. Good morning.
How are you doing?
الحمد لله تمام.
Alhamdulillah. Hussein? Good morning. I want to apologize, but it's really out of my control. Something went wrong with the internet. I have both my phone data. I use the hotspot. It's not working. I use my Wi-Fi. Also, it's not working. Something went wrong, but now I think it's okay.
Good morning, Mr.
Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Nawaf Al-Harbi.
Good morning, Mr. Ashraf.
Hi. Good morning, Raccoon. Should I start now or what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, the students just fast revision of what we passed, then we're going to continue. Alaikum salam. Good morning, Mu'taz. Good morning, Abdul Rahman Al-Awaji. Good morning, all of you, please. Because I apologize one more time. Good morning, Khalid Al-Harbi. I apologize for being late, but it's out of my control. Something went wrong with the connection of the internet, but it took for me 9 minutes to recover it, but it's okay now. Firstly, I don't want to waste the time. We discussed last session. Really, I plan to work with the locomotory, but I think I checked in the book, but it's not possible to start the locomotory without the integumentary system. So we have to start with the integumentary first, then we're going and step by step. Because I promised Hussein that I start with the locomotory, but exactly it's out of my control. I have to be logic in the titles of the sessions. So it should be starting with integumentary system. Then we studied exactly these few new words, what you remember: epidermis, keratin, melanin, dermis, hair follicle, sebaceous glands. This we are going to discuss it inshallah today. Then what is melanoma? What is non-melanoma? We'll go deep to these details. Last time also we checked about the layers or the derms of the skin, as you see exactly in the fig now. Then we move to this important point. When it is red, this means it's really important, as I explained to you from before. I mean, the epidermis, the outer superficial layer of skin, is the epidermis. The outer layer of the epidermal cell contain keratin, and exactly we will stop with keratin one more time later, which waterproofs and protects the cells and tissues that lie underneath. By the way, I want just to ask one question, please. What about keratin if its percentage decreased in the hair? What is going on, Hussein? What do you think? What will be? When the percentage of keratin is decreased in the hair. Sorry?
I think
maybe the inner tissues will be affected.
Okay. What do you think, Nawaf, Hatem?
I think this is what causes hair to fall.
Hair to bald?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Good morning, Abdullah. I think it's not like this at all. I think the color of the hair will be white.
Oh.
The color of the hair will be white. Do you know that there is one kind of heretical diseases is that these people, this kind of people, because the gene that is responsible of producing keratin is not exist, is not dominant, it is recessive. So this means that these people has no color of the skin, no color of the hair, no color of the eyes, no color at all. These people,
So is this
when you see them, they are looking like a piece of meat. They are looking red because it, the skin has no color. They are not white people. They have no color. Understand?
how no color?
They have no color at all.
White?
They have no color. Their eyelashes, their eyes, their hair has no color. Only because there is no color, so it became white. The hair from very young age is white. The skin is, you cannot say pale, but it is, the skin is reddish, looking reddish because it has no color, because it's show the red is the color of the capillaries below the skin. Subhanallah. It is exactly a kind of disease related to the genes, the dominant and recessive genes. Okay? Just by the way to know. Okay, next, we exactly checked about epidermis. The inner layers of the epidermis contain cells that continually are divided by mitosis division to replace cells that are lost or dies or damaged. Some cells in the inner layers of the epidermis provide protection from harmful ultraviolet radiation by making a pigment which called melanin. So this melanin is produced for protection. Okay. Then we move to the dermis. We said directly beneath the epidermis is the dermis. Beneath the epidermis is the dermis, the middle one. The dermis consists of connective tissues, nerve cells, muscle fibers, sweat glands, oil, oil glands, and hair follicle. What is hair follicle? We will see it next, inshallah. Below the dermis layer is the subcutaneous layer, a layer of connective tissue that stores fat and helps the body retain heat. And even I comment about this. I told that the women in general, they have thicker fatty layer than men. Okay, and then we stopped here exactly. If you remember, we stopped here. So now there is no need for this. So we're going on to continue. Let's come to check about the hair and nails. Both hair and nails contains keratin and develop from epithelial tissues. What does mean epithelial tissues or epithelial cells? Epithelial, there are many types of cells in your body, as you know. There is connective cells or connective tissues. There is epithelial tissues. Connective tissues, okay, that is responsible for contraction and relaxation. So you may find this kind of tissues or this kind of cells, connective cells or tissues in for example, in the digestive system. Could be found there. Okay, could be found, for example, in the kidneys, because there is contraction so often happen there. In, for example, in your duodenum. Okay, so in the diaphragm, you would find it there. All this can be found. Hi, Ayman. Welcome back.
Salam. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. But here it is epithelial. Epithelial here means طلائي. Okay? And sijah طلائية. What does mean? It means that it is covering. It is creating what should be for covering something. So this is the meaning of epithelial cells. Hair cells grow out of narrow cavities and the derms called hair follicle. Look at it. This is the hair follicle. بصيلة الشعر. What we call it in Arabic بصيلة الشعر. Okay? It's called hair follicle. The hair follicle usually have sebaceous glands. Exactly how to grow. If it will grow without sebaceous glands, it will, it will damage the skin when it's going out. Sebaceous glands, it is producing fats that facilitate the movement of this hair when it's growing and coming out of the skin. You got the idea now what is meant by sebaceous glands? Khalid al-Manif, you understand it now? Khalid al-Manif. Khaludi. Okay. Khalid Satam.
Hello, Mr.
Have you got it now? What is meant by sebaceous glands?
Yeah, it's the hair follicles.
No. It's not the hair follicles. Hair follicles, the root of the hair to grow. But I'm asking about sebaceous glands. Sebaceous glands is the gland that produces fats to facilitate the movement of the hair when it is growing and coming out of the skin. Otherwise, it will damage your skin.
So it holds the hair in place?
Facilitate, to produce fats so the hair can slide through it easily.
Mm.
You got the idea now?
Yeah.
Okay, Nasser Sharif. Clear? Nasser?
Yes, Mister.
Is it clear for you?
Yes, sebaceous glands.
Yeah, about sebaceous glands.
Yes, they facilitate the hair follicle so it does not damage you.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So let's come to read it again. Hair follicles usually have sebaceous glands associated with them that lubricate the skin and hair. I think you know what does mean lubricate. Lubricate. Do you know what does mean lubricate, Mu'taz? Mu'taz, dear son. Mu'taz. Mu'taz is busy, or I don't know what happened. Yes, Mu'taz. Do you know what does mean lubricate? This word, lubricate?
The skin and the hair.
What about the skin and hair? Read it again. Hair follicles usually have sebaceous glands associated with them that lubricate the skin and hair. What does mean lubricate? Lubricate means cover it with a fatty liquid that facilitate its movement about the hair to go out and to have a smooth skin. So according to this sebaceous glands, we are dividing the skin of humans into many kinds. The dry skin, the sebaceous skin. Sebaceous skin here means fatty skin. You understand? The normal one, that this lubricant is moderate. So this is the meaning of sebaceous gland, and this is the meaning of lubricant. You understand?
Okay. Yes, Mr.
Great. Functions of the integumentary system. Temperature regulation. Here I have to stop and ask Abdullah Al-Eid. What do you think about temperature regulation? Abdullah Al-Eid, can you please tell me what is meant by this? One of the functions of the integumentary system is temperature regulation. What is meant by this? In your opinion?
I think temperature regulations is when the body keeps its temperature in the normal level, so it doesn't or adjusts the temperature to the normal level, so it doesn't go up or down.
I'm just want to know how how integumentary system regulate the temperature of the body, of the blood. I see that Hussein raised his hand. Anybody else here want to share? Khalid Al-Harbi, are you here or you are busy somewhere?
No, I'm here, sir.
Yeah, so okay. Okay, Hussein, you may tell us, please.
Okay. By regulating the temperature of the body, the integumentary system produces sweat to absorb the heat of the body.
So you think the sweat is the purpose of the sweat is to control the temperature of the body? Oh,
I can add something, sir.
you're welcome, Khalid.
Maybe when they're producing hair, so it's the body become warmer, maybe.
One of the ways, I appreciate it also, but this is in the old man, not now, the ancient people. Okay, that's great.
Not necessarily in man, maybe in animals, mammalian animals.
Now we finished with we finished with all that. We are discussing only humans now.
I would like to add something.
Yes, Hussein.
So the sweat is for when the body is getting hot or warm. The integumentary system produces sweat.
Yes.
On the other, the body
the sweat is making the skin wet. So any movement of the air around you is cooling this sweat. So it is cooling the blood inside your body again. Yeah, that's what you mean.
And if the body is cooled, the integumentary system produces goosebumps.
Yeah, or shrinking the skin. So close all the holes. This is why you feel that your skin is shrinking when you are feeling shivering. Yes or not?
Yes.
So to keep the temperature inside, not to allow it to go outside. Okay? I think it is clear. It's something really important for all of us. Then number two exactly, I decided to write it because it is a big problem here in KSA, especially in KSA. Vitamin production. I know that the people here in Saudi Arabia, because of the crazy hot climate, they cannot stand on the sun. So they are sleeping at home under the condition. Then when they are going outside, they are jumping to the car directly. Then from the car to the malls. Then from the malls to the car. Then from the car to the home. What about the kids? The kids are the same. Okay. But do you know that there is one vitamin? It is called vitamin D. If there is diffusion of this vitamin D in your body, there is a crazy problem could be happening. Crazy problem could be happening. So when you are standing in the sun, your skin producing this vitamin D. This is why I am advising you all, when you see any little boy in your family is sitting at home, sitting in the bed, playing with any device, take him from his hand and go to the garden for at least half an hour a day to produce this vitamin D that keeping the body from any problem with the percentage of calcium and potassium in the blood. Second, to allow the immunity to grow up well. Third, to not to have any problems in the future. I know one friend in Dammam, he is suffering with his kids because of that. They are sitting at home, they are not going outside, they are not standing in the sun at all. The problem of what? They are taking artificial vitamin D. It's artificial, it's not natural. Artificial vitamin D. What is the result of that? They are so weak. Their bones are so weak. You know, they cannot carry heavy things, for example, like 2 liters of Coke or something like this, can break their hands. Can you imagine? Till what? It's not for joke. It's serious. So it is one of the most important functions of the integumentary system. You got the idea now, all of you? I hope so. Then Protection and senses. Exactly, it is for protection, as you know. Skin is saving your inner organs, okay? Then the senses, exactly, by the sense, I think you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after hundreds of years of scientists working seriously to know where is the center of sense in the body, all of them they thought that it is part in the brain, like the part like the center of seeing, like the center of smelling in the brain, like the hypothalamus, like the center of thinking, all of these points. But they didn't know that the sense of humans can be through the skin. They didn't know that. When they discovered that and they started speaking and still all over the world, that we discovered that the skin or the integumentary system is responsible for the sense in the human body. They found it in Quran when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, كلما نضجت جلودهم بدلناهم جلودا غيرها ليذوقوا العذاب. ليذوقوا العذاب, to taste and to feel the chastisement or to feel the punishment. So what is the sense of this feeling? Coming from where? From the skin. So when the skin is burned, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is creating it again, is recreating it to feel the pain. So what is the center of sense of the body in humans is exactly the skin or the integumentary system, as we explained. Is it clear for you all, please?
Yes.
Great. So about the damages that happen in the skin. Skin has remarkable abilities to repair itself. That's true. Without a repair mechanism, the body would be subject to invasion by microbes through breaks in the skin. That is true. And inshallah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give to us the life till next year, we will check about this mechanism together. How this mechanism could happen. What are the steps? What is clot? What is clot happen? What is going on? What is prothrombin? What is thromboplastin? Many things will come deep in these details, because I think I'm going on to finish with this book this year, and if something will be left for the next year, we will do it. But I'm trying to cover the whole biology, what you studied all your life, to prepare you, inshallah, for the next step for your life. I mean, the college, inshallah. So I'm planning. That's really already my plan, that I want next year to give you a general biology from this book, from the out books, from scope. You know, there is a scope of knowledge about this field. Okay, so this exactly, I cannot say delay it, but the deep details about this mechanism we'll discuss it inshallah next year. Cuts and scraps. Cells deep in the epidermis divide and replace the lost or the injured cells. When the injury is deep, blood vessels might be injured, resulting in bleeding. This is true. Infection fighting white blood cells, WBCs, will help get rid of any bacteria that might have entered the wound. That is true. Great. Effects of the sun and burns. Burns, whether caused by the sun, heat, or chemicals, are classified according to their severity. How is it severe burn? Is it moderate? Is it light? However. Now we're moving to a point I know 100% that you are interested to know it about the skin cancer. What is skin cancer? How this could happen? How to be saved and protect ourselves from it? Let's come to read this paragraph, then we will know what's going on. Ultraviolet radiation can damage the DNA in the skin cell. Oh my God, the UV? Why? You have to ask Mr. Ahmed Abdel Fattah, about this point especially. Why? The UV radiation can damage the DNA. He will discuss with you the difference between ultraviolet and infrared about the wavelength of these waves. Because the ultraviolet has a long wavelength, so it is affecting the DNA strands, causing those cells to grow and divide uncontrollably. There is no control. It is uncontrollably dividing. So this means what? So you mean that cancer cells, they are normal cells of what we have? Yes, it is skins from your, it is cells from your body. And nobody in this earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created him without percent of this cancer cells. All of us, we have percent of these tumors, all of us. But it depends on your immunity. It depends on your behavior. It depends on your mood. It depends on your food. All that things are supporting not to increase this amount of cells or to stop it. This is why we are dividing the tumors into tumors and cancer tumors. Tumors, this is normal tumors, okay? But yeah, and there is even fibrous tumors that some cells are collected together, they are dying out, but they are collected together in one area. So when you are visiting the doctor, he's looking, oh, it is just fibrous, so he may taking it off by a little surgical, okay? Then taking it off, removing it from your body, that's it. But if it is making metastasis in the body, means sending signals to different parts of your body, this is really dangerous. And this could happen only in the skin, okay? If you are standing in the sun light with in the southern region, exactly close to the ozone hole, that has a high percentage of ultraviolet. This is why I advise you all, if you are on the beach, for example, you went somewhere to be in the beach, to be in the water, yeah, in holiday or vacation or whatever, I advise you all not to jump to the water after 12 o'clock. Avoid to be in the water from 12 till 4 o'clock. Before this is okay, after this it's okay. Why? Because the percentage of ultraviolet are concentrating and high enough in this time. From 12
From
o'clock,
what to what?
from 12 o'clock till 4 o'clock. So avoid this time.
AM or PM?
Exactly, my son. AM is meaning midnight. PM exactly. From 12 midday till 4 PM. Avoid this time of being in the water. Or you have another way. What? To have 100% sun protection cream. Take it from like Bioderma. There are really many kinds of them. Take it from the pharmacy. Then all the parts of the skin that will be out or appearing, okay, directly to the sun, cover it with this cream to be saved from that. Okay. Next, there are two main categories of skin cancer. Here is exactly this. Now you are starting understanding deeply. Okay. There are two main categories of skin cancer: melanoma and non-melanoma. What is melanoma? Melanoma is a tumor. I think you know what does mean tumor. Waram, auram. Okay. Melanoma is a tumor of melanin forming cells, typically a malignant tumor associated with skin cancer. So it is reducing cells. It is, you know, copy paste of the skin cancer. Notice, look at this. The incidence of melanoma is rising steadily. Actually, there were too much things I want to discuss with you about this melanoma, but I will ask you, please, because I know, as I told you, the administration asked me not to make any exams for you right now. So I'm asking you at least to make this presentation and send it to me on my WhatsApp about melanoma. What do you know about melanoma and non-melanoma? Okay? Okay, guys? Hello?
Okay, Mr.
Okay, Walid. So I want just to ask you, who is absent today?
حسين عبد الله القحطاني.
Sorry?
No, he's here. He's here.
Who is absent today?
عبد الله العيد.
Abdullah Al-Eid is here.
عبد الله is absent. I don't know is absent.
Adel Ilah?
Yes.
انا موجود كذاب.
استاذ نادي الاسامي واللي ما يقول ما يرد خلاص هذا خارج.
I just give big trust in you. This is why I'm asking. That's it. So I think Mshari is absent.
Yes.
Yes, Mshari.
Yes, مشاري.
Haji.
Yes.
موجود.
Huh?
مو موجود موسى.
Absent.
What is Musa?
Absent.
I think he's sick.
Yeah.
He is indeed asleep.
Yeah, Musa Haji is not here.
Musa is a bad boy.
Rakan al-Bayt is here. Yes, he's here.
Yes.
Is here. Khalid Satam is here. Who else?
Hello, Mr.
Hi. Who else?
Abdulaziz.
Yeah, Aziz, yes.
And Rashid.
Aziz Zahar. Yes. Anybody else? Fahad Awaji.
نواف.
No, Nawaf is here.
Nawaf is here.
موجود.
اوكي.
Okay.
أنا موجود عبد الرحمن.
ناصر.
Nasir is here.
موجود.
Okay. Thank you, dear students. Thank you, dear students. Nobody here is worried, please. Thank you, dear students. And inshallah, continue next session. Next session will be. Next session will be tomorrow at 11:30. Be ready for that, please. Okay.
Okay. Could you please send in the group what you want us to do, just so we don't forget.
With all my pleasure. With all my pleasure. See you then. Bye.
حارب يسكت يا حارب.